Are you ready to get a raise? So on this day, the iconic film Wall Street starring Charlie Sheen opened to the public in 1987. Sheen's character rapidly advances through the ranks of Wall Street, but by the film's end, he pays the ultimate price listening to his corrupt mentor, played by Michael Douglas. So this spread is wondering if you're ready for a promotion. Wall Street was about the price of shortcuts and cheating at work. The spread takes a look at how to advance in the workplace by using your assets and natural talents. So the very first question we have is, what is your strength at work? And you have the 10 of Cups in reverse. This is kind of an interesting strength because it's not really. This card is generally about broken family or shattered values. But the way that I would take it here is like knowing how to hide your emotions and use work as an outlet instead of dealing with problems. So like workaholism, not necessarily the greatest strength, but it might be the only one you're accessing because it's the only one that you've really been taught how to utilize. And we can still have good things, right? But sometimes just showing up and working with our head down, we think it's our greatest thing. I did for a long time. So where do we want to go? You have the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. This would be Queen of Pentacles in traditional tarot. This is dependence or indebtedness. You want them to feel indebted or dependent upon you, which sounds really good on the surface until you realize that companies can still like depend on you, but you can still be expendable, right? And I think that's where most of us actually fall. Like we're not nearly as important as we think, and we work hard to secure a position, but a lot of times it's not necessarily the case. How can you make meaningful connections with someone you admire? Next one that comes up is the Mother of Cups or Queen of Cups. The meaning of this would be manipulation or jealousy is how you could, but I think that what it's trying to say is the upright meaning of it, which is calm, intuitive, and compassionate. But a lot of times we try to act differently than how we actually are at work because we think that can give us an advantage, and we don't necessarily associate that with manipulation, but it really is. Rather than actually cultivating those skills. So a lot of people do the thing of acting like they have certain principles or morals, but really they're just facade versus actually cultivating the inner resources to present that. Switch to the real, it'll do you a lot better off in the long run. Should you ask for more work? Temperance comes up. This is about finding balance. It's about finding the right amount of challenge and right amount of comfort and finding that sweet spot where you're feeling compelled to push yourself, but you're not feeling crushed under the weight of expectation. And this is just saying find the center. So do you really think that more work is the answer? Or is it finding the right amount of work where you're able to do your best regularly, but you're not getting burnt out? So you're able to maintain an even keel of high performance. That's what you actually want. It's not about doing more work. It's about doing better work more regularly. Are there classes you should be taking? I get a yes for that. And also back to the temperance. Temperance is a maybe. Like it's balancing it out and seeing if maybe that's what's good for you. Should you ask for more work? Four of Swords comes up. Knight of Swords. Jesus. Yes, you should is the way that I take that. Knights are about moving towards something, but this is also telling you that might be opinionated or hasty. Yes, but don't move to it too quickly. Make sure, go back to the temperance thing, right? I'm sorry, this is, are there classes you should be taking? Duh. Yes. Don't be so opinionated that you think you know everything, and don't be so hasty to jump to conclusions. There's always better ways to educate yourself and move forward. And honestly, that's what success is it's achieving a state of mastery, but then understanding that you can still propel yourself further and still not getting exhausted by that. How should you best express yourself? You have the Moon card in reverse. This is, how do I want to put this? Taking a little bit more risks and being willing to be misunderstood by actually expressing your true feelings. How do you best express yourself? Like, don't overthink it and quit trying to put on a presentation. It is the best way, right? And that might be challenging. How can you offer gratitude to your superior? Ten of Wands comes up. Ten of Wands is about burden or responsibility. And I wouldn't take burden into it, but I would say responsibility. Doing what's expected of you, and also doing the things that you should be doing without having people to tell you to do them, like holding yourself accountable. And a lot of people don't have that skill. What is your greatest challenge? This is true for a lot of us too, right? The Judgment card in reverse. This is about misinterpretation. Your greatest challenge is understanding that you might not see some of the situations around you correctly. Realistically, we probably see most of the things around us wrong, and we just make ourselves believe that it's true based upon experiential evidence that we've acquired. But truth be told, this false narrative that we create is actually the source of the majority of our problems. How do you rise to meet the challenge ahead? You have the Knight of Pentacles. This is about inertia and timidity. How do you face that challenge? Like, the upright meaning of Knight of Pentacles is efficient and routine oriented. You stop being lazy. You make sure that what you're doing actually makes sense and contributes value, and you hold yourself accountable, and then you do this on a regular basis. Here's the thing, like, becoming efficient and managing your time and doing a good job regularly, it's not hard to do. It's a matter of establishing the habits that make you successful, having the honest conversation of when they can be tweaked, and then regularly maintaining a level of awareness of if you're living up to your own standards. The issue is a lot of us have really shit standards for ourselves, and we don't push ourselves to what we're truly capable of because it would be uncomfortable, and it would make us have to evaluate a lot of shit about ourselves that we don't really want to look at. But all of the gold and all of the things that you want that are going to make you express yourself to the fullest potential are in that discomfort. What would be the outcome if you put in the work? Literally, Wheel of Fortune, karma, good luck, destiny. Everything has its turn, and just because you might be getting your ass kicked now with a job, or just because you might be at the bottom of the rung now, doesn't mean that you can't advance, propel, and move yourself forward. And really, you don't need to be in competition with anybody else. Be in competition with yourself from who you were a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, last month, last week, and look at the progress that you're making. And if you consistently do that, when you look back over a period of days, weeks, months, years, you're going to see this immense transformation where you're not even recognizable anymore. That's the career advancement spread, right? Is understanding that you are the biggest asset you have in your career, and that if you invest in yourself regularly, the return on investment of that will be better business. If you have a self business, a better position in your career. If you work for somebody else, like, invest in you, invest in you, invest in you. And with that said, if this was helpful, please drop a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Thanks again for checking out my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe by hitting the Phoenix down below, and check out more of my videos over there.